So, we're back again with yet again another episode of The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD. In the last episode, it was pretty side quest heavy. Not really, because it was mainly just gratitude crystals. We brought Kina gold from Eldon, and now she has a solution plowing her pumpkin patch. And that's a good thing, because she's been complaining about that for a while, and we helped her out. Also, we brought Instructor Alwyn a Kikwi from Theron, and now he has an additional plant to his obsessive collection, so we figured that out for sure. We also freed Batreaux from his curse and brought him back to human life. And we also showed some lore about Gossip Stones launching in the air, referencing other Zelda games, and it was pretty cool. So it was pretty big. So, in this episode, I will probably talk a whole lot more about what Batreaux went through in last episode, and what it will involve here at night. Now, we may think that's it for Skyloft, right? Well, no. Anyway, I will go into this house right now, and this is Kukil's house, so we should be good. Alright. Now, go in here, and I just gotta talk about this. It's one of those things. This is a very important part to Batreaux's transformation from a demon into a human, so be aware. What's up, Mom? LSP, it's great. Ever since Kukil came back, she stopped wandering out on her own. It's too bad her father can't follow her example. He always slips out to wander around town. He's a grown man. He can do what he wants, even though it's dangerous. Hey, LSP. Huh? Uncle Bats is a human now. Aw, that's too bad. I liked his flappy bat wings. You have too much courage, Kukil. Anyway, not nearly enough courage as Link. Maybe more courage than Link. I don't know about that, but still. I will go to bed, and we'll talk some more about some things at night, so I'll be back. Alright, now that we are rising and shining, even though it's nighttime, we can talk to the mom again. Not that it has anything to do with Batreaux, but just to see what she says. Oh, hello, LSP. You haven't seen my husband around, have you? I know he's curious why the night turned silent so suddenly, but it's no reason to dash out there. What if he bumped into a monster? You know, it's hilarious because the mom, the only reason that she and the only time that she ever stepped outside was because Kukil was missing, asking for help. But ever since we brought Kukil back from Batreaux's place, she's always stayed inside and never was informed on what's been happening outside of Skyloft, even though her husband's been going missing at night sometimes. But there's no quest for that. It's really no bringing it back. But if we look off to the left, we'll see that you little beauty. You little beauty. You're beautiful. It's been so freaking long since I've seen you, Mia. At night. You little beauty. Anyway, stay. What's up, Batreaux? Good evening, LSP. I thought I'd take a refreshing stroll outside town. Outside town? Pardon me. And to my surprise, there's not a monster to be seen. You don't suppose their disappearance has something to do with me becoming human, do you? No, but could be. Goodness. I suppose you are right. There's no denying that when I was a demon, I must have radiated a fiendish power into my surroundings. Now that I'm human, it seems that most unpleasant aura has completely faded from this place, like an odious aroma in the wind. And goodness me, I couldn't be more elated. Now everyone can finally live in peace, and it's all thanks to you. Is that it? When I figured out that my very presence in Skyloft was causing trouble for its good citizens, it was quite a most unpleasant shock. But now I can put all that behind me. Now I feel like I'm finally an ordinary resident of Skyloft. Thank you. I'm gonna miss you, Batreaux. He's standing outside, he's actually getting involved, and his cape actually is referencing one of the murals on the walls of the sealed grounds. We'll talk about that later. Anyway, yeah, that design has been hanging around for quite a while. Also, if we go over this way, that's not all. Yeah, Instructor Horwell is also here, and you little beautiful thing, I miss you during the day. Like during the day, you can see this anytime, but at night, it's just devil's creatures, remlets. What's up, Instructor Horwell? Look, LSP, though night has come, Mia exhibits none of the nocturnal aggressiveness that we've come across to expect in remlets. It's just amazing. Anything else? This gives me pause. The monsters that usually prowl Skyloft at night are nowhere to be seen, and the remlets are no longer show aggressive behavior. What could have happened? Looks like Horwell was also kind of ill-informed because, lo and behold, there was a demon just residing beneath Skyloft, emanating this curse, and therefore by causing Mia to be a devil at night. And now that we brought him all 80 gratitude crystals, the little babies are back to their normal set. They're so beautiful. Also, if you raise your sword, they'll scatter. I kind of figured that out off screen. Surprisingly, I just couldn't bring myself to even, raise my sword at one of these little beauties. Even in a game, it's ridiculous. I just would never. I would never. Anyway, that is it. And yeah, this is a big step towards, Batreaux's humanhood. Call it that. Anyway, I'll go back to daytime, and we have a couple things to do in the Thunderhead. And in this episode also, I'll be going to Levi's and finishing the Song of the Hero. So, I'll be back in bed to commence the morning time. Alright, now that morning has come, we can finally dive off of Skyloft's edge and go into the Thunderhead. So, I want to talk briefly about the two goddess chests that we're going to go ahead and open, the final two out of the 25 that we've already opened, since there's 27 goddess chests. They're right here. Right, yeah. And they're right smack dab next to each other, which means they'll be probably pretty easy to get, right? Well, you thought wrong. Don't worry, they're not that bad, but it requires a little bit of puzzling around in the Thunderhead. So, let's go ahead and get there right now. Oh, I'm gonna miss this music. Oh, it just brings me back to just home vibes, man. Just wintry times when I played this back in November in 2011 on the Wii. It just brings back the Christmas season that I was, waiting for. I was waiting to play this game, and I did. But just re-experiencing it here on the Switch has just re-enhanced so many quality of life forms that I really cannot just fathom, man. It's ridiculous. Anyway, just had to bring that out. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, millipedes do not go in dead ends, so we had no reason to panic. Anyway, bop his booty, and run away. I want to go ahead and assume that we went ahead. No. That's also a dead end, so let's go ahead and just avoid that. We want to go off to... Stay away. This side. And we emerge, and we'll see that we have Goddess Chest waiting for us. And we open it up. Yeah, we have an additional quiver. I said it before, but I'll say it again. I probably will not upgrade all of these. I've upgraded one to its fullest potential, and that's probably all I'll do as far as, just bomb bags, seed satchels, and other things, etc. I'm not going to go for every single true collectible. If you want to do that, great. I'm not going to be that OCD about it, but the biggest collectibles, yeah, I'll definitely go for, like Goddess Cubes, Gratitude Crystals, Heart Pieces, those good things there. Alright, and yeah, the Adventure Pouch too, so forget about that. Alright, and we climb up these vines, and thus the final goddess chest is right here in front of us. Let's see what's in here. And we have an empty bottle. This makes a total of 5. Yeah, that's the final one. Normally, it would have appeared in the item check at the bazaar, but ever since we upgraded our adventure pouch from Beetle, when he ripped us away and, like, tore a hole in our frickin' wallet, yeah, it's been less likely that an item would appear in the item check because our adventure pouch has been extended. Anyway, that is it for this little island. I will emerge, and we'll be back to the surface, and we'll go and see Levias to learn the final part of the Song of the Hero. Let's do it. Man, I'm gonna miss this little island song, even though I'll probably go back to it and reference some Easter eggs in a future episode of this LP that I will definitely do, because there's so much that I want to talk about in this game that brings references back to other titles in this franchise. Anyway, that's it for this island. We're going to be off to Levias. And where is he? We will find him right now. Oh, he's chilling down somewhere. Where is he, though? Where Levias? Oh, he's right frickin' behind me. Silly boy. There he is. A little sky whale. As a matter of fact, he is the only boopable one. I use boopable as like an adjective towards this, you know, one out of the 4 things that we're gonna go ahead and see for the Song of the Hero, because we can land on him. Yeah. But here he is. Welcome. Oh, so you've learned all 3 parts of the song from the dragons, eh? You have done well, young one. True to my word, I will perform the last part of the song for you. Ahem. The Song of the Hero is now complete. Now that you know the song, I trust you know what to do with it. That old song opens a door to a great trial. Most players facepalm at this point. Should you succeed in conquering the challenge awaiting you there, I'm certain the path to the Triforce will be revealed to you. A report, Master. I have determined that there is a trial gate somewhere among these floating islands that could be opened by the Song of the Hero. I suggest that you use your dowsing ability to locate it. Alright, enough pouting. Yes, Zelda players of this game have just facepalmed and moaned and groaned at this point when Fi gives them a dowsing target that features a trial gate, otherwise known as a silent realm. We have to say goodbye to Levias, man. Can we take one final look? I'm gonna miss you, big boy. He's a beautiful man. Not really because he's a whale, not a human being, but man. All right. We will actually be back at Skyloft because that's probably where it is. Right? Right. Alright. You know, there's just so much to love about this game that I really cannot put my finger on each detail, but, you know, I try and bring, attention to most things that I find applicable to this LP that references other Zelda titles that are very pertinent, but I don't know. I keep learning more about this game and keep finding things that I want to add to some episodes. Like some of my other friends here on YouTube, when they love a game so much, it's really hard to complete most things that you know, they want to bring attention to, but they do, and they find out more and more, and this is just one of those things. Anyway, if we bust out this, yeah, funny enough, right there, when we saw butterflies, it was, you know, kind of pointed out already, and it just kind of goes nuts. There it is. Yeah, what other big terrain could we fit a Silent Realm in? One last one, just to take one last stab at the player, to get his or her hopes up for the end, and yeah, just one more of these, right? Anyway, and we're going to jam out and play some lovely music here on the island that we woke up at. Thrust your sword into the center of the mark and open the way to the final Silent Realm. God, very few YouTubers that I watch do this game ever bring attention to this very small part, but I'm literally getting Hyrule Field vibes from this music. Can we just take a minute to listen and just love this music? That just... Hey, this game birthed the timeline. I have to show it love. But also the fact that they made this very final song for the last Silent Realm, the main theme of Zelda, and, you know, it wasn't the same beat. It wasn't, like, as good as the original, although it kind of, you know, lost its beat at the last part there. It still, you know, at its point, was literally genius. Anyway, we have one more Silent Realm. I'm not looking forward to it, but we have no choice. Master LSP, you have entered the last of the trials, the goddess's Silent Realm. And we have Plant. When you have filled the spirit vessel once more, you shall finally be recognized as the true hero of legend. Only then will you be shown the door that will lead you to the Triforce. Master, I wish you success in this trial. Do you have any questions before you face the task ahead of you? I want to go home. I want to go home. Alright. No. Understood, Master. Master, I await your return in the outside world. Alright. Enough pouting about the Silent Realm. We have no choice. We all know what the first tier is. It's right in front of me. We can jog to it. Oh my God. I literally tested the waters to see what that guardian would do. But we have the first sacred tier. But I don't like it, though. Anyway. Really, some people would choose to do the tier that's on top of this pillar last. But you know what? I'm doing it literally second because, honestly, man, I don't like it. It's a weird one because... okay, I took a fall, but I pointed out earlier how when I take a giant fall like that, I'm somewhat relieved that the clock does not run out quicker. That would be a really devious thing for Nintendo to do, you know? Anyway. But thankfully they didn't, and they're not that ruthless about this game. And you know what? I'm perfectly okay with it. Alright, we're just gonna go ahead and leap over. Stay there, please. Stay. Alright, we're off to the ventures on to this side. You know, I like how the map really looks different in a silent realm, you know? It shows where Waking Water is, so it's one thing to look forward to. We're going to get one of these little fruits. Fruity pebble thingies. I'm just gonna wait for him to cross over because I'm taking a big risk here. I gotta get it framed. This is not something that's gonna sell overnight. Okay? I'm taking a big risk. You know? Enough. Those who watch. But let's go over and run off to this part. And we get fruit. And we get stamina fruit. You know, scaling it out, I kind of get nervous about the Silent Realm because this is supposed to be one of the scarier ones. You know, why? Because, I don't know, this is a place that we spend so much time at and we're just used to it being peaceful. Day or night, it doesn't matter. But very little of the time do we expect it to be a Silent Realm where guardians would take over and, you know, plague our peacefulness and force us to collect tears against our will. But, you know, it's madness, but that's Zelda. Drop down. I'm relieved that these moving, non-stationary guardians with lanterns chase us around. They just move back and forth, and they don't stray from their route. Okay. Doing okay. Doing alright. And as a matter of fact, I kind of noticed something about these guardians specifically. They chill on the very edges of most of these terrains in most provinces. Also, not to mention that the hole in the surface that marks Eldon, which I know it's right there because this is the way to go, the pillar, the red pillar, is not there. The pillars to the provinces are not there, but the hole for them in the surface is. Strange. Alright. Alright. Running away from this. Gonna be okay. We're gonna be fine. Alright, I'm just gonna run and get this. Oh, okay. That was a big no-no. I didn't want to do that. Alright, we're good, though. Alright, I'm gonna pass up that Fruity Pebble right there. That's my nickname for those little fruits. You know, Fruity Pebbles that make the light pillars of these tiers stand out. You know? I don't want to risk that, because there might be Waking Water in there. Pop down. Okay, okay, that's where the Waking Water is. I always get that confused, you know? Whenever I go through a Silent Realm, which spots have Waking Water and which ones don't. Okay. And every other tier that I get one of those fruits that show the light pillar coming from the tier. Okay, let's run. We have 2 more to get, and they're on this side. And this Guardian with this lantern is going to give me the most guff, because crossing him will be the biggest blunder. Why is this so hard? Not really. I almost stepped into his light. And this guardian right here, this tall one right in front of me, would have obliterated me to smithereens if I had done that. Alright, we have one more tier, and it's right there. It's right there. I swear I have not touched this game for a while. And it... I don't know how it did that. Anyway, we've completed the tiers. We've got them all. Alright. We have one more job. And without screwing it up. Make our way back to the Circle of Light and get our reward. You got the Stone of Trials. This engraved object was created to lead the chosen hero to the hidden location of the Triforce. Congratulations, Master. You have passed all of the trials. The Stone of Trials you just obtained is actually one of a pair, Master. Another similar object with a mark just like the one you hold exists somewhere here on this island. Combining the two should open the way to the Triforce. I suggest that you search for that matching stone. Yeah, we may be confused, and this probably passed up a lot of blind players of this game for the first time, as it did me. Believe me, it did on the Wii. Where is that statue? Yeah, I say it already, it's a statue that needs this very similar object right there. Like, what statue or monument on this island has this exact same shape and color, you know? Alright. Also, as a matter of fact, I was told by a very humble person that I watch on YouTube by the name of Safety Mitten. She is doing Xenoblade and a number of other things. I think Hollow Knight as well. One of those games. I've been watching her for a while, and she's very informative on some Zelda games that I've played and watched. But she said specifically that this wallet is... Yeah, the Tycoon wallet is a resemblance to Giovanni from Twilight Princess. I'm not sure if that's true. I can definitely search it up and put an annotation here if that is the case. But, Mitten, if you're watching, I commend you for your research, and you get a shout-out. You definitely get a shout-out, so I commend you. Jump across. Jump across. Yeah. This monument, this little bird that has been missing an eye for 46 episodes has finally gotten its reward. We shall examine. Hello? Goofy. A report, Master, LSP. My calculations indicate an 85% chance that the structure you uncovered houses the Triforce. Given this development, I project that the moment for Zelda to fulfill her destiny and bring an end to demise is close at hand. You know, my first time playing this, I watched this cutscene and I thought we were going to be in so much damn trouble for, creating a giant crater in this island right beneath the statue of the goddess and making way for, just the Triforce, the one source of ultimate power that can banish all evil and make any desire come true, is just right here beneath Link's bed. Well, sort of. Right across from it, rather. But man, I thought we were going to be in some deep shit, and man, boy was I wrong, because nobody complains. Nobody says a thing about it, like, regardless. But how do these clawshot targets stand afloat? We all wonder, right? Anyway. And not to mention that the murals for that bird statue that we just helped are actually engraved on this building. Yeah. Even with the Triforce right in between each one. Or mostly. Anyway. Go ahead and go there. Now, it was definitely worth it. The final dungeon is literally at hand right now. So with that, I have many things to say about this place, believe it or not, in the next episode. But let's make our way in. Alright, so normally I speak very intelligently on this dungeon, and I have many things to say about it, and literally this is going to be to inform most players who struggle with it, but that will be saved for the next episode. With that, this concludes this one. We've done quite a bit. We've finally learned the entire Song of the Hero, and did the final Silent Realm, and now we are on our way, literally nearing the end. In the next episode, we will make our way halfway through the Sky Keep dungeon and talk briefly about the struggles and blunders that will distract all else from getting through it, and that'll be the end of it, pretty much. With that, stay tuned, subscribe, like, comment, or anything else, and peace out, everyone.